Hey folks, welcome back to another episode of Eddie Plays. Today I am reacting to the TV show The Expanse. It's a show that I've been wanting to react to. I just haven't had the chance to get around to it. But before we begin, a few quick things. If you would like to stay up to date with the most recent news on this channel, you can follow me over on Twitter. If you want to support me, you can follow me over on Patreon, and you can find the links to, or my names or tags to those two websites here below, and you can find the links in the description below as well. And if you are interested in reading some of my short stories, you can read them for free. You can go ahead and find me on Royal Road under Eddie Writes. And that's it for those, I guess, social plugs. The next thing is the format of this reaction video. The way I'll be doing it is I'll be watching it and reacting, and then after the reaction, I'll have a sort of just a general discussion of it, likes and dislikes of the show, and also maybe some theories talking about like what I think will happen in future episodes. And those of you who have watched this show already, don't be mad if I get something wrong, you know? Don't get mad if I get things wildly incorrect. It's just me theorizing, thinking what might happen, what might not happen in the TV show. And that's about it. This reaction is available in the chopped up format, the small one where you can get the clips of the TV show here. But it's also available in the full form. Well, the chopped up format is available on YouTube, and the full length reaction is also available on YouTube. No exclusivity. Sometimes I have ideas that I think are really good, and I want to hear other people's opinions, and I don't want the Patreon paywall to be a reason why you're not able to engage in these discussions. So the Patreon is just for support. You're not getting it before you're not getting it beforehand. You'll get a chance to vote on like future reactions, but it's just to support me. That's pretty much all it is. But on YouTube you'll have access to the full reaction and to the chopped up version. So like the reactions that I've done in the past, not that many at this point. I've only done like one. I've done a few. Your notebook. You have your notebook. If you have some viewers, I got my Pokemon viewers over here, and hard to see, but the Mandalorian is over there in the back, sitting on top of a box for my monitor, and then sitting on top of the box for my steam cooker. Anyways, let's go ahead and let me get a drink of water really quick because I'm thirsty. I'm getting hungry. I have an onigiri, but it's in the kitchen and I'm already in here. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll tell you when I press play. Pressing play. Not 3, 2, 1. It's 3, 2, 1, go. So at 3, 2, 1, go. Like that. That's what I'm gonna do it. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. What was this show on? Sci-fi? I mean, what channel in the US? Sci-fi, I think. Oh. I thought she kicked herself out of the ship in its space. Sweet mag boots. Engine core? Neutrinos? I'm just saying random shit now. What the fuck? What the fuck was that?
That's all we are to the Earthers and Dusters.
Earthers and Dusters. So Ceres is a city, asteroid city?
Well, voila.
What is well walla? Traitor to my people.
Well, Walla. So they got their own kind of slang. Makes sense, right? After however many years that they've been here, they would have their own slang, development in their own language.
Tremors, man.
Rockhopper.
Up in low G. Your muscles don't develop right.
I guess that's from generations in low G, huh? Someday, say every belter's gonna look just like that.
So low G muscle development. Some discrimination amongst different individuals.
I trust
I know
you
he was
change
like a
those
reaper.
filters, right? Influence me, Sasa. Good.
Now arriving, Midtown
You need to
level,
pay a visit
Crescent
then.
Station. Exit for Star Helix Police
Excuse
and
me.
Emergency Services.
I need someone discreet.
Say no more.
Drawing.
Find Julie Mao if she's still here on Ceres, detain her and ship her home.
Kidnap job. My pleasure.
Ooh.
Screw the inners and their magic general.
Bio Joe
No
Rico.
offense. No, I'd rather a Belter-built fake any day.
Because you're stubborn as hell.
Is it messing with this open wound in the mess hall?
Besides, Kant is a legend for her scars, badges of endurance.
Cantus. Shit.
Hey, do you have a pry bar?
Make sure I get it back.
Sure.
Pry bar.
Hey, XO. Hey.
Hey, is that guy?
You know what I just can't figure out?
Breaking Bad, right?
We make it all this way. So far out into the darkness. Why couldn't we have brought more light?
Oh man, this guy's good. This guy's real good. Mental breakdown, bro. I mean, I guess not everybody's cut out to be out in space for so long, right?
You get things done, you're gonna make a good XO.
You got me pegged wrong, Captain.
Captain's never wrong, first lesson free. Everybody on the cant's hiding from something.
I appreciate the offer, Captain.
Hey, boss.
Damn, I'm hungry. I'm really hungry right now. It's a terrible time to get hungry. That's all I'm gonna think about.
Next to a charted non-belt asteroid.
What the hell were they doing way out there?
We're obligated to check it out.
I'm well aware of the statute, Miss Nygaard.
This is the part where in the video game where you have to
Captain gave an
choose.
order, people. Purge the
You know?
logs. We never received that signal.
What's he looking for? Voices? Julie. There's another part in the video game where you have to make a choice. Earth and Luna.
That's
Hey,
why we need to talk.
Statue of Liberty
and tell the
looks
truth.
different. Protected.
When
Hard to
people
reach.
don't tell the truth, it always ends badly.
Oh, I see. The gravity of Earth
I'm
isn't
sorry
working
the
well with
gravity
his.
of the real planet hurts,
Yeah.
but it's appropriate. You wish to hurt Earth.
Are they sick? There's a fire? Like there's party of fire.
What's up, Doc?
Cheap ass air filters cracked out second time this month.
I guess this guy pays well to be taken care of, huh?
Yeah, he pays our bosses pretty well, too, pal. Look, don't try to save the whole station on your first day. Pace yourself.
Yeah, he took that payoff in that train.
Rain yet?
You'll head up this rescue or salvage, whatever we're calling it. Put a shuttle team together. Is there a problem, XO?
Acting, XO. Sir.
Yo, get the girl with the mohawk. I bet she's tight as fuck. With the mohawk like that.
I ain't going.
Boy.
Who
You ain't fighting.
I did it. Just couldn't shake it.
I'd keep that to myself if I were you.
You know, life out on the belt sounds terrible.
Good word, y'all.
A 2-hour trip to the Tango Flying Tea Kettle.
Thank you, Canterbury.
Welcome, Knight. Godspeed.
Damn, so they got to travel 2 hours to it? You would think that you'd be able to see it off in the distance, right? At least the asteroid. But 2 hours... I mean, it's a straight shot. There's nothing else in front of you aside from more stars.
Who is she?
Well, she's just a missing persons case. Not permitted to discuss, you know. Juliet Andromeda Mao. She's the richest bachelorette in the system. Come on. Admit it. Miss me. Miss these little chats.
Good night.
Good night, sir. Sweet space guns. Maybe any gun you take into space is a space gun.
Good times.
It's a good show. I'm really into it. I'm really into it.
Engineering first. I want to know why that reactor's offline.
Because it's consuming humans.
So if everyone's dead, who turned it off? Well, it wasn't pirates. They would have left all that behind.
Space
And
pirates?
they left all the pressure doors open. Well, maybe not. If it was a bomb, we'd be toast. It's a transmitter.
Oh, man.
This must be the beacon that called us.
Alden, ship just appeared near your location.
How is that possible? You cleared us out to 1 million clicks.
Didn't show up on any of our scopes.
Yeah. How the hell didn't it show up? Cloaking device? Mirrors? Mirrors. Mars. How big of a ship we're talking about? It's a big ass ship. Sleeves are tight. There's some weird angles here. There's some off-putting angles.
We had an understanding, detective. An arrangement. You can't just... It was a mistake. Ah!
Oh no. Or just taking up the air. I thought he was gonna like toss his fool out into
Air
space.
is good, don't you think? Air is nice. Keep those filters clean, asshole.
Oh no.
Launch. We're gonna take him for a ride. Alex, go around the asteroid. Run him now. Lead the torpedoes into the rock.
What is your situation? Please advise.
So my question is, are these like
6,000 clicks.
they belong to companies and they have like some kind of like private military training?
3.
Those were meant for us.
Canterbury, burn like hell. You got incoming. Wait 30 G burn. Do
Damn,
it.
those torpedoes
now.
are going fast.
Range.
2-4, closing.
Stand by cargo door. Captain, eject the ice and shield. We're on it. Stay off this channel. At it. At it. Did Mac eject the ice? Did he eject the ice? Take a hit. Just stay calm. They just want the cargo. We'll SOS start negotiations for prisoner release, okay? Just...
There's something you should know.
I'm pregnant. Damn. That is crazy cool. I mean, that's one way to reduce your cast, right? Have some of the main characters that you want to invest in and then just
She's gone.
kill off the rest. Yeah, but there's more than that, right? It wasn't just pirates. It wasn't just Mars pirates, right?
They nuked her.
It was more. There was like 4 nukes. Damn, dude. Let's go ahead and seal that up. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Immediate I guess immediate thoughts. Immediate thoughts. Immediate thoughts. Immediate thoughts. Well, I liked it. I liked it. It was a good show, good first episode. I must have watched it a while ago because I only remembered a few things about it, but completely forgot about the way it ended. And I forgot about most of it. But I mean, yeah, I like it. I like it. I should have put this down on the in the beginning of the video, but you know, just talk about likes, dislikes. First of all, so likes, dislikes, and then you know, there's really no order, particular order, but I'm gonna go down the lists, right? So here's a list of all the stuff. Likes, dislikes. Likes. It's a. I mean the just the sci-fi of it, right? Just the sets, the clothing, the characters. I really enjoyed all of that. Dislike, not really a dislike, but something that really throws me off is there's some times there are these strange camera angles that feel a bit off. The camera angle isn't strange, but the way it's the video, the way it's coming up, I feel like it's like on a green screen or there's some level of CG in it when maybe there shouldn't be, right? Like when the guy that wears a hat, I'll remember these names. The guy who wears a hat, he looks down at the kids who are playing, and the little girl, she looks like at a weird. It doesn't look like he's looking down on her. It looks like he's looking down at a video, like at a screen, and then the screen is tilted, so it looks a bit strange. But yeah, just the likes, the sets, set design, characters, costumes. It's all. I really enjoy all of it. A lot of lore. There seems to be there was a lot of lore in here, but with my powerful sci-fi fan brain, I was able to deduce most of it. Let's get into like the details and what I wrote down. So, big thing. 23rd century. So it's 23rd century. So it's the year 2400 something, right? 24 or something. Now, what I'm wondering is how many people were there? Like how many people went to Mars? How many people went to the asteroid belts? And like when did they go? Right? Wait, did it start? Can't remember if it started on the 20th. Yeah. When did they go, right? I don't know if they had a year for like when they went. Maybe they did, but I didn't write it down. I'd have to check again. But I'm curious as to, when they went and to what point it's like, okay, we have so many people now that we now have to start a war for resources, right? Like how many people are there now? Like how fast did the population grow, basically? So yeah, how fast the population grew? That's a question. How fast did pop grow? I'm gonna write it down. How fast did population did the population grow? So that's the thing. Asteroid belt residents, belters they're called. So Earth residents, earthers. Mars residents, dusters. And asteroid belt residents, belters. pretty good CG in the beginning with the hair, right? And then they mentioned it was like, oh, you know, a good way to get away from that, you know, space floating sort of thing. Put the hair in a ponytail, give the characters mag boots, or make mag boots a thing in the 23rd century, without having to try to come up with, well, no, because the ship, I'm pretty sure the ship, the ships had like some kind of appeared to be artificial gravity. The Cantus is what it did. The Cantus, which got blown up. Blown up. So yeah, CG hair turned into a ponytail, mag boots. You don't have to like have so many people on wire work. Human was being consumed in some kind of core, which was the generator core, the engine core. Can't remember what it was called, but it was the core and it was all blue. And I was thinking neutrinos, right? You know, the neutrinos that like fly through everything, right? Because they're so small. But no, something happened, right? They were consumed. Julie was the woman's name. Who sent the distress signal? But we'll get to that later because that ties into the end of the episode. Ceres is, I'm assuming it's probably like the biggest city on an asteroid, or it's like, yeah, I'm wondering. It's like, is it just a really big city, or is it like an asteroid and it's like interconnected cities? So I'm curious about that. That was my computer that just made that noise, so you guys don't worry about it. I know I'd be confused. Earthers, dusters. Wellwalla, traitor to my people. Wellwalla, traitor to my people. I'm assuming man with the hat was perhaps a what you would call it? Maybe a belter, or he was in an asteroid, especially with the scar on like his spine. So he grew up, I think, maybe he was born on Mars or the belt, and maybe he grew up somewhere else, maybe Earth. Belter Creole. So for those of you who don't know, in the United States, in Louisiana, there is Creole French. So Creole French comes from, I don't want to get this wrong. So I believe Creole French is usually used mostly along the Black Americans. I'm looking it up right now because I want to get it right. No, that wasn't it. So the Creole language. Let's see. Creole language is what it is, not the Creole people. Because we're talking about the language, right? As you can see, oh wow, it's really bright. So Creole is complicated complicated language basically, and I'm not doing it any justice by describing it in this way, but it is a it's a dialect of French. Mostly it's in the United States, but it's also found in the I think maybe in like some of the islands in the Gulf of Mexico area, places that were populated by France, and where they had a lot of slave trade in. So I'm not an expert in this, but that is what I know, just because I, from Texas, and I live next to Louisiana. You know what? I'm getting into something completely different. Basically, Creole, it's a dialect of French, so it makes me very curious because you have Belter Creole, which is, I'm curious as to how it is, right? Is it because Creole would be a mix of a bunch of, would be like a mix of like languages, right? I think it'd probably be like predominantly French, but it has like a mix of other languages into it. So is Belter Creole just like French that evolved in the belt, so they just used Belter, fuck, I can't say it. So they just used Belter Creole. So I'm curious about how that works, right? Because this goes back to like how much time did they spend, or how much time has it been since they reached the belt that they've populated to where resources are getting scarce. So I'm curious about that. You know, and how much time, you know, for there to be a development of a different language, or not a different language, but dialect of a different language. I wonder how long that takes. Maybe 30 years, 50 years, maybe. I'm not entirely sure. It is not my area of expertise, but it is something I am curious about. If anybody knows, if you know, if this is your area of expertise, if languages is your thing, let me know in the comments below. Educate me, educate everybody else. Low G muscle development. So people who were born in the belt, I think, either born in the belt or born on like Mars, belt and Mars, then they have strange muscle development. They develop differently. They get longer. Like they're just taller. It appears to be because they have like a, I'm assuming it's like a derogatory term, like long bone, like get away long bone. So there's that, and then later on when they're like torturing that guy with like gravity, like they're just torturing this dude with like gravity, because his body isn't accustomed to Earth's gravity, so he's just like being weighed down by it, right? I'm curious how big of a difference is there, right? Like, is it a huge difference to the point where it's like it is really painful, or would it be like just a little bit painful? So another area of expertise that is not mine. So yeah, you know, if anybody knows, let me know. If anybody knows, let me know. Oh, this I really liked. I was hung up on this for a bit. The asteroid collection bay, where they're collecting the asteroids, was like the layout of a microchip, right? So it was just like a layout of a microchip, and it was so cool. I really liked that was just kind of put in there, right? At first I thought it was like, oh, it's a giant microchip, and I was like, no, it's the bay, and it's in the layout of a microchip. So that was cool. I really enjoyed that. Biogel, not Medigel for Mass Effect. Biogel apparently can regrow limbs. So that's interesting, right? This is weird. The dude was just getting his arm fixed up in like the mess hall while people are eating lunch, and they're just like bloody rags and exposed wounds in the mess hall. That was a little weird. Yeah, you'd think a ship that size would have like a proper medical bay, but they didn't. So strange. Maybe, I'm curious. Maybe they did it that way because they needed the character. I can't remember his name. But the main dude on the ship, the new XO, the acting XO, maybe they needed him to be involved in that conversation. But because they're showing that he's really kind of like loosey-goosey, not really interested in this kind of leadership, then they needed, then you know, that part of his character would make it so that he wouldn't go visit this guy who just lost an arm. So instead they have it in the mess hall, and now he just goes to the mess hall to like get something to drink, and he's there. Yeah, that's the only reason I can think of why they had an exposed wound being cared for in the mess hall. I can't think of anything else. Drugs to withstand increase in G-force. Yeah. G-force? G's. G-force. Lateral G's. G's. Yeah, they got injected with like drugs, some kind of white drugs, to like for their body to be able to withstand the amount of G's, you know, of them like hauling ass through space. So that was pretty cool. Not something you think of often, right? You just kind of like sit there and you're like, whoa, right? Your body really doesn't go through anything crazy in most sci-fi. So it was nice to see that, like, they're like, hey, you need to take this drug or you're gonna get, you know, screwed up by all this force. Freighter Scopuli was the freighter where the core was eating human beings. Stealth space tech. Yo, Mars had a dope ass looking big ship. I'm curious if like they didn't show the ship, like they didn't show like the people in the ship, but they did show like that it was like windowless basically. So that's a weird kind of thing, right? If you want to make a ship look ominous, you make it look windowless. Make it seem as they don't need windows to see outside. Unless they did have windows and I didn't see any. So yeah, space stealth tech. No bodies were found on the ship, on the Scopuli. Distress signal was sent out. And it was a ruse to get the freighter, the Cantus, in close so that they can blow it to bits. And I think that's all I took down. That's all the notes I took down. So those were like, there's likes, dislikes, and going down the list. Likes, dislikes, going down the list. And now I guess theories for the next episode. Well, we got Hat Guy looking for the lady, so either he'll find her or he'll be, you know, getting closer to finding her. And he's probably gonna like uncover some kind of big secret, right, that she has, or maybe she's actually hiding out, and he's gonna uncover like the secret, right? It's like, oh no, now I have to protect her and whatnot. As for the crew of the night, I think it's called. That's what the subtitle says, the night. EXO, acting EXO and his homies now. I think there's gonna be some instability, right? You know, their crew members, their ship just got blown to bits. How else are they gonna get home? So they're gonna panic. They're gonna argue. They're probably gonna somebody's probably gonna punch somebody else, and then maybe the EXO, acting EXO, will, you know, spill the beans on like, yeah, it was me who pulled everybody. Or that's gonna come up a few episodes later when, you know, things get real hot and real like intense. And that comes out, and then there's like more violence later. There's a woman, I don't know, she works for the UN. I'm gonna profile and say Indian woman, or of that East Asian area. East Asia? No, West Asia. I'm not very good with like that India adjacent. It's my assumption. Correct me if I'm wrong. And her screen time was very short This is very much just her with her grandson, and then her, you know, torching the long bone. Ooh, I said it. I don't. That has to do with like some kind of. I think the same radical group. So not sure where that's gonna go, but she seems to like be in some kind of position of power because she's at the UN black site and she's involved in this torture. So maybe she's gonna, you know, either to prevent war or to start it, she's probably gonna use that guy to her advantage and like either frame him or like rope him in to her benefit, right? But that's all the theories I got. You know, some scuffle with the crew, with the small crew homies. Detective dude's probably gonna find the girl or not find her, but he's gonna get close and start uncovering some kind of secret. And then the UN woman is going to maybe be more secretive and perhaps nefarious in some way. But I'm not entirely sure. Anyways, that's it for the discussion part of this reaction and discussion video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. And don't spoil anything, like at all. But if there's some information, like I said, like when it comes to like me trying to decipher like what's going on with the languages and anything related to science and stuff, like maybe fun facts, you're more than welcome to let me know. But nothing that spoils the show. So yeah, you can just leave that in the comments below, and I'll be sure to read it. And if you enjoy the video, like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for notifications for, you know, next time a new reaction or another one of my videos goes up. And of course my socials are here, so you can like look it up with your little digits, or you can follow the links down in the description box below. But that's it for today, folks. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.